Out.
All right, who do you need to call out and for what here today? You can hit us up, 877-979-WRMF, 877-979-9763. Last week, it seemed like Jbird's sleep was back on track, and then all of a sudden, your neighbor gets some kind of bird, a rooster, or something like that going off.
I don't know what has happened in my neighborhood. Someone's got either a hen or a chicken of sorts, some kind of, and it's messing with my mind because I can hear it even through a hurricane windows, and it kind of reminds me of Virginia's laugh a little bit. So I feel like Virginia's flying around my house taunting me. Yeah, it's super loud, dude. I can't believe it.
Yeah, I don't know what the rules are on that when it comes to having chickens or roosters or things like that, or something that is noisy.
And like a psycho, I've been trying to chart it. So I have all of these rooster notes and logs down. I can't chart it. It's this thing, at any given time, you never know when or why.
Yeah. Now, somebody has sent us this information identifying a hen versus a rooster, and boy, they do look a lot alike.
I mean, come on, guys. I'm not in the hen business. They look so similar.
It's really just a few things that are often different. And the biggest thing has to do, I think, with the tail. On the hen, it's not as pronounced. On the rooster, you get the long curved tail feather with the pointed ends. And then if you look at the comb and wattles, as they call it, they're larger and brighter. And on the hens, they're a little bit smaller and paler. And that's really about it. Other than that, they look like the exact same dang animal.
If someone came in here and said, tell me which one's the hen, I would never guess right. I'd have no idea.
I have so many chickens and hens in my neighborhood. So when I walk in the mornings now, when I'm walking the dog, you'll just hear the roosters just going off. It's pretty obnoxious.
Is this new? I feel like I've never been around so many roosters in my time.
I think after the pandemic, a lot of people got chickens.
Yeah, I think because of the high price of eggs, some people are looking into that. And so it's kind of changing. Now, look, they've always been, things that you would see, whether it be Hialeah or down in the Keys. They've kind of always had them. And there's, a smattering of a few here and there. But it seems like there are more and more. And they've been kind of pushing from being something you would see mainly out in the country to now getting in the city chickens.
And I'd imagine, too, if you're laying some eggs, you can't do that quietly. Imagine trying to lay an egg and not make any noise.
I can hear them like, buck, 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 as I walk by. So, I mean, they're making that noise all the time.
Not a bad chicken sound.
Yeah, I hear it all day. I was sitting in my backyard. I've told the story before, but I was on my phone just looking down, and I heard like a... And I look up, and it was a chicken from my neighbor's yard. It flew in and almost slashed my neck with its claw. I luckily escaped, and then I had to grab it because my dog was in the yard, and I had to throw it over the fence.
We used to have duck problems. Now we have chicken problems.
The times.
Well, I wonder what you can do if it is keeping you from sleep, which you say it is. You shouldn't have something that should be keeping your neighbors awake.
Well, I mean, that's what I think, too, when someone leaves their dog out and they're just barking at 1 o'clock in the morning. If it's more than, I think, 2 mins at that point, that's insane to me.
Yes, I hear a lot of dogs barking in the morning when I walk by, too.
Yeah, and what's the most frustrating thing, I can't figure out where it's coming from. Believe me, I have looked around town to find out where this hen is at.
Have you talked to any other neighbors? Are they upset by it as well?
Some people do hear it. No, I don't want to out anybody, but I have talked to some neighbors that go, yeah, man, that hen is insane.
So, and it's so loud in your house, it's keeping you from sleep, you said?
Yeah, it'll wake you up, and you can still hear it, even through a thunderstorm on YouTube. If you go to sleep with a dreamscape or something, through hurricane windows. It's crazy.
The roosters are loud. I hear them cawing in the mornings.
That's probably what it is.
And there's like 6 in my neighborhood, I hear, and then once one goes off, you hear the other 5 go off.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like a bird you should be allowed to have in the city.
And maybe it's not even a rooster. Maybe you can identify it. It kind of goes...
So I played the audio before. I have this bird that once a year comes and stays in the tree in my neighbor's yard, and it caws all night. From the minute the sun goes down, it begins its work, and then when the sun comes up, it stops again. Yeah. It's like a nighttime bird.
Yeah.
Somebody identified it once, but it almost will drive you insane.
Well, it's weird because it does sound a lot like Virginia's laughing coming out of sleep. It's like, is Virginia here?
You never know. You never know. And you said you got called out, Jbird, for calling somebody else out?
Yeah, I must have told a story that an Uber driver heard because they sent me a message going, I heard you talking about me on the air. Don't ever do that again. I'm like, all right.
Whoa, really?
Oh my gosh.
Do you know what it was about?
I believe it was me talking about how they were doing something weird with me. Remember that one guy that was eating his food?
Mm-hmm. Oh, he sat in the driveway?
Yeah, he dropped me off and was eating McDonald's the whole time. And then after he dropped me off, I'm talking about him again, so oh well. He dropped me off and it was so bizarre because he goes, I'm getting married tomorrow. I'm like, all right, cool, congratulations. As he's just laying into a McChicken sandwich. And then he stayed in Denny's driveway and chilled and just finished his meal.
Well, so my studio window is right by the front driveway, so I can usually hear if cars roll up. You can hear like kind of a faint rumbling. And I go, is your Uber driver still outside? And we look out the window, and he's just sitting there
chilling,
eating his meal.
He was chilling
In the driveway.
In the driveway, which I thought was a weird move.
For so long. Mm-hmm. Which, I mean, it's fine, but it was just random.
So that guy hit me up.
You say you guys saw a little altercation that went down at the grocery store after somebody left their cart in the middle of the aisle?
Yeah, it's a problem that I think people don't talk about a lot. People leave their shopping carts in the middle of an aisle as they're shopping, and it blocks the entire aisle.
I hate it.
Yes, and it happened to me in Denny's when we were shopping, and this woman had the shopping cart, and she just would leave it right in the middle of and we kept on almost kind of, we were on the same shopping pattern.
Or you just keep meeting every aisle.
And then 10 minutes later, we hear this kind of commotion going on. Somebody called her out to her face going, get your damn cart out of the aisle. You're blocking everybody. But people do leave the cart out, and it does create a little bit of a grocery store gridlock.
Because of that, I now, when I'm going through the main aisles, the aisle alongside the dairy and stuff, I'll leave my cart along one of those like middle displays they have, so it's not blocking anyone. And I walk down the aisles without my cart now, just because it causes such an issue.
Yeah, it is a tough thing. And honestly, there's not really a good place anywhere in a grocery store for a cart, except right in front of you as you're pushing it. But the second you stop or make any kind of adjustment, it throws everything off. It is a tough thing.
There is shopping cart etiquette, though, I believe.
There is. I've seen some poor etiquette lately, though.
Something else to address in our column out here today. You said you know a guy that's trying to be a YouTube star and is fighting with people he's recording in public, claiming that he has a First Amendment right to do so.
Well, yeah, but how do you feel about that? Because I know online everybody defends the guy or the woman out there, fighting for your First Amendment rights. So people are like, yeah, do it. But sometimes they go a little... They don't give enough information. They're like, why are you filming? And they don't why are you asking?
Right. I think it's all about your approach on how you deal with things. And that's really what the law is about in Florida. Now, in Florida, in the state, if you don't know, you cannot record private conversations without all parties consenting, even in public. So don't try that one. So Florida doesn't go for that. It's a two-party state.
For that audio, correct?
Yep, for the audio. Now, like if two people were quietly talking at a cafe and reasonably should expect privacy, secretly recording their audio could be illegal. Like if you put that out there and said, oh, I caught somebody cheating, and you are recording them at Panera, having that confession and talking to a friend, and you put them on blast on social media, they could come and sue the pants off of you if you recorded that in the state of Florida.
Well, we even know just doing bits on the radio, there's certain things you cannot do legally. You really can't secretly record people. That's why we kind of ended up doing stunts with our family, because my family's not going to sue me.
Yeah. And you also do not have a right to record someone in public when it crosses over into harassment, stalking, following someone repeatedly, or filming in a threatening or intimidating way. Your First Amendment rights expire right there. Like, for instance, I said secretly recording the private conversations, can't do that. Recording inside somebody's home without consent, you can't do that. You can't use recording to blackmail or extort in Florida either. And you can't interfere with police while recording or ignore a lawful order to leave private property.
I will say this. If you do not want to be on camera, do not approach a camera that's running.
Oh, my gosh.
Because you're going to be on camera.
Well, one column out that definitely needs to be happening here in South Florida is these people that are the predators going after the kids, and I do have to tip my cap to the guys that are out there doing it. I'm sure that ultimately they're doing it for exposure and clicks and likes and all that kind of stuff. But people like Dustin Lampros over at 561 Predator Catchers, they have actually brought a couple of people to justice. And look, if they're keeping kids safe, then whatever you're doing it for, I don't really care, because the ends kind of justifies the means, I think, in this.
Yeah, there's a difference of approach when it comes to some of these different channels on YouTube, and some make it almost kind of too confrontational to a point where I think it does harm. I think they do a good job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do as well. And they just got some dude off the streets that had a badge. Miami-Dade Sheriff's Lieutenant Christopher J. Diaz, a 50-year-old, was arrested in Delray Beach after allegedly traveling to meet someone he believed was a 15-year-old girl. I think they're at the iPic.
Dang.
They're in Delray Beach. Yeah, I mean, pretty messed up, huh?
Yeah, it is.
Here's a bit of the confrontation as it went down.
Yo, Chris.
Hey!
What are you doing?
What was that? Why are you grabbing a 15-year-old face like that? Yeah, you're done.
Now listen, let's take a seat real quick. We monitor online activity between minors and adults.
What the f***?
Our job isn't here to get people in trouble. Our job is to protect children.
You okay?
We want to make sure you're not a threat to children. What are you doing here?
Whoa.
What are you doing here? Yeah. Listen. We're not here to get you in trouble. That's why we didn't walk up with no law. We're here to make sure you're not a threat to children.
I'm not.
That's our goal. You're not, but you were just touching a 15-year-old's face. Why?
We met on a dating site.
Okay, tell me.
And she put that she was 18.
Okay.
I was...
So let's correct that real quick. Let's start off with honesty. The account said she was 18. She said how old she is?
Yes.
How old?
She said it.
How old did she say? I have the messages.
She said.
How old?
No.
I'm asking you how old. I can call. I can just call him.
No. You can look at the text message.
I have the messages right in front of your face.
You do.
Yeah, that's a tough thing. I guess they probably know that they have enough to put them away, even if you are a sheriff's lieutenant. Christopher J. Diaz has been relieved of duty without pay and is facing termination proceedings, calling the allegations a serious betrayal of public trust. And you're right. I mean, if we're employing somebody to keep us safe and they're actually a predator on our young girls in South Florida, that's scary stuff, man.
Yeah, it's pretty dang messed up.
At that point, who are you trusting? And I don't know what is going on with abduction, and there seems to be a troubling trend of this. I don't know if you saw the surveillance video that showed a 15-year-old girl that was running to safety after an alleged attempted kidnapping when her Lyft driver canceled her ride and then started driving in the opposite direction. The girl was on the phone with her mom, and her mom was using one of those apps to see what was going on, saying she's moving in the opposite direction away from her house. Let her daughter know that she was in some kind of trouble, some scary stuff here.
Called a Lyft for her daughter Caitlin Saturday to take her to an appointment. Then just moments after the driver picked her daughter up, she says she received a chilling phone call.
She's like, Mom, did you just cancel the Lyft? And I was like, no, I didn't. She's like, yeah, the driver is stating that you canceled the Lyft. And I was like, Caitlin, he just canceled the ride. He did it.
She says it was the driver who canceled the ride, offering to drive Caitlin to her destination anyway. But when Karina used a location sharing app to track her daughter's location, she says the car was moving in the wrong direction.
She was like, sir, I need to get out. I can hear it in her voice that it changed. And she went, Mommy, he's not listening to me. Mommy, he's not stopping the car.
That's when Ramirez says she told her daughter to get out of the car and run as fast as she could. Police are currently investigating. In a statement, Lyft saying the horrifying incident is reprehensible, adding they have removed the driver from the Lyft platform and stand ready to assist law enforcement with any investigation.
I got to tell you, these rideshare driver stories are starting to stack up, aren't they?
They are.
I mean, we spent a good bit of time on this. Was it last week or the week before?
Yeah.
And it's not that we're seeking these things out. They just keep coming up to the forefront.
Like anything, I think it all started off as a good thing, and then sick people got involved and are using it for bad.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on with all the abduction stuff, though, in America that we got going on.
And it seems like it's getting more brazen, too. In broad daylight, people are just snatching people.
Well, the one I couldn't believe is this video I saw. It happened in Miami-Dade. It was a couple saying they were approached by a man who repeatedly told them he had a car and tried to get them to walk over to it. They declined, and they started heading home anyway, but the guy allegedly stopped, parked his vehicle, and continued following them while urging them to come to his car. The husband said his wife was scared to death by the encounter and fearing for their safety. He confronted the man and started hitting the guy, trying to get him to leave him alone. And the couple says they immediately called the police, but when the officers searched the area where the man had been parked, he was gone. But what is that? And the guy who was trying to get them to get in the vehicle, he wasn't big enough to get this. I mean, he was a good-sized guy. There were a couple just walking down the street, and this guy's trying to get you in the car. Like, who is going to go into your car? You think someone's really going to be like, oh, yeah, let me get in your car for absolutely no reason?
You think
in
that?
Miami.
You think that, but some people will.
That's crazy. I mean, if you would, then I guess you're just inviting your own troubles. But I don't know what is going on, but it's just one story after another, unfortunately.